Hey everybody, it's Dan, your friendly fishmonger from dansfish.com. I have to go pick up a box. I'm a little nervous because these boxes should arrive Monday, and then it was supposed to arrive yesterday. It got delayed. It is now Wednesday, and this box has a bunch of Discus in it, and Discus delayed in the mail for a couple days might not be the best thing. So I'm a little nervous, but I just got word that the box is here, so I'm gonna go pick it up and we'll see what happened. Wish me luck. Okay, so we've got the box. Let's see how everyone did. I'm a little nervous here. Oh, and I'm shipping FedEx, but I gotta tell you, my local UPS office has so much better customer service than UPS. You can call the local UPS office, you can get things done. I go to the FedEx office and they pretend they don't have a phone number and they are always like, call the 800 number, and I'm like, I don't really have 45 minutes to be on hold right now, so nothing can get done. Anyway. This is really cold. So the first bag is not the Discus. This thermometer, okay, this is very cold to the touch, like quite cold. The thermometer, 99 degrees. No, not, sorry. I've got a new one coming today. So these are more of the Serpent loaches. I really liked them, so I went ahead and got some more. So that's bag number one. So I believe these are the Discus, and this is probably not going to be good. I think they're too cold. Oh, they actually look okay. They're not what I ordered, but they look okay. There we go. There's some Discus. Hopefully you can see those. Let me see if I can show you some more. Alright, well, they're here. They're very cold. I don't know what temperature because I don't have a thermometer that works. That thermometer's on the fritz, but they're quite cold. Some of them are struggling a bit. So let me show you how I acclimate Discus. It's a little different because of some pressure issues. So let me show you. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is, because there is such a large temperature difference, that's cold. This tank is like 87 degrees that they're going in. I'm going to temperature acclimate them very carefully. So I'm going to get them all out of their bags and get them floating in the tank to temperature acclimate. So let's get that going. What I ordered were blue turquoise. These are very red, so I don't know what they are exactly. Is there such thing as a red turquoise? We'll find out. Hopefully whatever they are is not some kind of pigeon blood variant. I don't like the pigeon bloods just because often with the pigeon bloods you will get a lot of peppering. So far everyone's alive. It's better than I thought with the delay. The bags are not inflated super well, but apparently it's enough oxygen and live. Wow, there's a lot of poop in that bag. Oh, one DOA. This guy didn't make it. Is there any gill movement at all? This bag was kind of smashed in the bottom. I think it fell over and got smashed down there. I don't see any gill movement at all. I think that one is a goner, but just in case, heat it up and see if anything happens. But I don't see any gill movement whatsoever. Oh, this one too? Shoot. Oh, there's some movement there. That one doesn't look good at all. Same thing, kind of smashed. There's really no air in this bag. It's just totally flaccid. So let me actually put some air in it real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, so we're recording. Yeah, okay, good. So I opened the bag up and get some air in there. Just turn it like that, and then I'll float it. Turn or two. I would just take him right out of the bag, but this is a massive temperature difference. It might be as much as 20 degrees or more, so that guy's struggling as well. Okay. That's always the question, right? When they're struggling, is it get them out of the bag immediately? Or if it's a massive temperature difference, is it, no, I gotta leave them in the bag for a little bit so their temperature can acclimate so I don't shock them completely. It's a hard thing to tell. Usually I just let them right out of the bag, but this is a big temperature difference, at least 20 degrees, maybe like 25 degrees. So, it's a hard decision. Yeah, I think I'll just float them for a little bit and see, because they're small bags, I don't think it'll take long for them to temperature acclimate. So that's what I'll do. All right, I'll check back in with you once we've done that. Okay, the Discus are all warmed up, and let me show you what I do. There's something about Discus where, because they're in shallow water in the bags, if I let them go into a large tank like this is a 75 gallon, they'll go to the bottom when they first arrive, and there's something about the pressure differential between the shallow water they're shipped in and the deeper pressure of 18 inches of water in a deeper tank like this that compacts their swim bladder or something, and they'll lay on their sides more or less unable to swim for a while. And so to prevent that, what I do is when I get them out of the bag, I put them in a little floating basket. So this is only 6 inches or so, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inches deep. And so I put them in there, and they can kind of get used to the tank and equalize their pressure and be swimming normally. Then when I let them out, they have a lot less trouble with that whole thing that you'll often see with Discus, where they just lay on the bottom, flat on the bottom, and it just looks like it's very stressful. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so I've got them all out of the bags, and they are in this here little floating plastic basket. Show you them. And so they're all upright, which is great. If I didn't put them in this basket, they wouldn't be upright. They'd be on the bottom on their sides, stressing out. So that's why we do that. Oh, there's one on his side right there. Hopefully that guy recovers. Oh, come on, little guy. Yeah, that's that one that I was worried about. So the one that I thought was DOA I warmed him up, and there was still no gill movement whatsoever. So that fish unfortunately did not make the trip. Hopefully this guy that's struggling down there makes it. Time will tell. But all the rest seem to be in decent shape, and they're breathing quickly, but that's to be expected when you first release a fish. So I'm going to leave them in here for a few minutes, well, like half an hour or so. Let them gradually get used to things, and then I'll let them out into the big tank. So I'll show you that in just a bit, and hopefully by then that guy will have popped up, but I don't know. Hopefully he makes it. Fingers crossed, buddy. Okay, I just let these serpent loaches out of the bag, so they're out rummaging around for food. They're already grazing on the algae on the sides of the tanks and things, so I think these are going to be great. They look fantastic. The last batch I got from this supplier was in great shape, and they sold really fast. People seem to really like these fish. So I think these will do just fine. Just wanted to take a look while we were waiting for the Discus to depressurize and get ready to be released from their little floating container in the big tank. I do still have a few serpent loaches left from the previous batch, which I will list. So if you see them listed again, they're not the new ones. Everyone gets at least 2 weeks quarantine before they're released. It's this batch, which was the previous batch I got. Check that betta out. Looks like an American flag, red, white, and blue. And they're chowing down on an algae wafer right now. But so I do still have a few of those, and I'll need to list them because I think on the side it shows that we're out of stock, and got a couple left. Anyway, let's go check on those Discus again. Okay, I just checked, and most of these appear to be doing just fine. So actually, let's take the view from here. I know it's glary, and there's one or two in here that is probably going to want to stay. There they are. Now the blue's coming through more. Maybe these are in fact blue turquoise. That red color though, that threw me. And I haven't got new Discus in for, geez, 7 years or so? 7, 8 years? So I can't remember what the color changes are and things with this variant, but they appear to be okay. Come on out, guys. Alright, well, we're not going to force them. We'll give them some time to come out of the container there, little floating basket, whenever they're ready. Well, it's been a day. It's Thursday now, so it's about 24 hours later. Let's show you where we're at with the Discus acclimation. So the guy that was struggling, I put in this net here, as you can hopefully see, and to kind of keep him high up in the water column so that he didn't have so much of a pressure differential to deal with. And I'm happy to say that he looks like he's quite recovered. So I'm going to go ahead and see if he swims and acts normally. It looks like he does. That's great. He's going down there and joining his friends. Can you stay upright down there, buddy? He's leaning a little bit, but he just dropped, 18 inches lower than he's been before. So he might need a little time to fully get adjusted to the pressure, but I think he's going to be okay. The other guys have left this. This is where they hung out all day yesterday. I just tilted it on its side, and most of them chose to stay in there. A couple swam out at the beginning, but then immediately swam back in there. And every time I came to check on them, they were all in this black floating basket. But they're now out. They're all kind of hanging down under the filter for now. And, well, not all of them. There's a few there out and about. That's the guy we just let out. And they have lost their intense red color. It's too bad because that was so pretty, but so they are blue turquoise. I just forgot, since it's been so long since I've brought in Discus, that blue turquoise turned that red color during shipment. So we're doing okay. Now for first meal, I've got one of my favorites, blackworms. And I raised them myself. They're clean. There's a lot of debate and I think false assumptions about blackworms in this hobby, especially in the Discus world, about if they're healthy or if they introduce disease or blah blah blah. I've never had a problem with disease from blackworms, ever. Especially not ones that I raised myself. So I'm just going to put those in there, and I'll check back with them in a bit and see if they've popped out to eat at all. Just give them an opportunity to fatten up a bit after the trip. They might not. It could very well take a couple days before they kind of settle in and start eating, but they're young fish and they're growing rapidly, so I don't want to deprive them of the chance to eat for any longer than need be. And then the great thing about blackworms is that if they aren't eaten right away, it doesn't matter, because they're not going to die. They'll be just fine in there. They'll live in there for quite a while. So anyway, that's where we're at. I'll show you what we look like as we proceed. Okay, so it is now Tuesday of the following week, so the fish have been here, the Discus have been here for about 7 days. Sorry I've been doing updates, but since Friday I've been working like a madman, prepping and packing fish and sending them out and everything, so I haven't had a chance to do anything since Friday. Today's Tuesday. It's been a busy 4 days, but here they are. We're gonna kind of sneak up on them because as they see the camera, they tend to get a little skittish. So I'm gonna just slowly go in here and hopefully we can get a good look at them before they see the camera and freak out. They're completely settled in. They're eating really well. They like algae wafers. They like all kinds of stuff. Not hard to feed at all. And they come up and to see me now. They're acting like Discus should, and they're settling into their normal coloration. And so I think the batch is good. So the one that came in and was laying on its side did end up passing away a few days ago. I think that was Friday or Saturday. I was rooting for the little guy, but he just couldn't hack it. He just got too ill during the shipment, whatever happened that was making him lay on his side. But all the rest are doing fantastic. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of them look to be doing really well. And this guy must be dominant because he's lost his stripes. He's actually getting, I mean, they're there a little bit, but they're very faint. So I think he's turning into one of the dominant fish in the pecking order. And yeah, they're fantastic. I'm quite happy with the batch. Again, I wish that they hadn't been delayed. If they hadn't been delayed, I think they all would have made it, but what can you do? The airlines are just quite unreliable at the moment. It's not much you can do. I'm keeping them at 86 degrees, nice and toasty, just because where they come from, it's pretty hot, and so I didn't want them to have to deal with temperature difference on top of everything else. So the tank fluctuates between 85 and 86 degrees, so we're keeping them rather warm, I would say. And I might gradually back that off down to about 84, but I don't like to keep Discus at less than 84. I might not either. They're really liking it. So, but there they are. They're settled in. They're doing really well. They're coloring up. They're starting to establish their dominance hierarchy and everything, and acting just like Discus should. So, and eating really well. Not picky at all. So I'm thrilled. Anyway, just hopefully that was interesting. Kind of show you the process from getting them in to getting them stabilized, which I now consider them stabilized. So I'll keep medicating them and stuff for another week. It'll be at least a week before I sell them. It could be more than that. They are starting to gain some weight now, but they do lose weight during shipping. These are juveniles, so they're growing pretty quick, and they went at least a week without eating, and so I'm pumping them full of food, feeding them 3-4 times a day, really trying to have food in front of them at all times, so that they can gain their weight back. And they are, as you can see, they've got plump bellies. They're eating very, very well. Anyway, hope that was interesting. If you like this stuff, if you consider liking, subscribing, hitting the notification bell, all that stuff, it'd be greatly appreciated. Until next time, I hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.